Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by internet superstar and my friend Joe. Say hi, Joe. He still wants Zack Ryder. Well, it's Monday night. You know what that means? Time for some Raw. It's a special Raw. 3 hours. Power to the people, where the fans vote on the matches, who faces who, and the stipulations. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Anyway, I got my notes. Let's get started. CM Punk comes out, fresh off his victory over Rey Mysterio, and cuts one hell of a promo, even hearkening back to the days when Chris Jericho was still around. Even calling out Cole for interrupting him when the Raw GM chimes in. Anyway, he says that since he defeated Cena, not only did he defeat Cena last week, but he defeated Rey Mysterio last night, that he is the #1 contender, and that he will not leave the ring until he gets a match. Now, the Raw GM said that he was originally going to make CM Punk the #1 contender, but since he's acting like a bitch, he's going to have to work for it. And he had to face it. So, at the end of it all, it's a triple threat for the #1 contendership between Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and Rey Mysterio. Good way to open it. Next, first match. Brie Bella defends the Divas title against either Eve Torres, Kelly Kelly, or Beth Phoenix. Take a guess who won. Kelly Kelly. Now, this match it was average, slightly above average, not really much to write home about. Kelly Kelly wins her first Divas title. Don't really care. Next matchup. This is the first one I was actually excited about. Evan Bourne would face either Jack Swagger, Nathan Ryan, or Sin Cara. Now, of course, you know I would vote for the obvious. I mean, who wouldn't want Evan Bourne versus Sin Cara, two of the greatest high flyers working in the business today? So they pick Mason Ryan. This is rigged. Either it's rigged or the WWE universe is nothing but moronic sheep. Needless to say, Evan Bourne needs to change his name to Frogger because he got ran over and squashed. This was a bad match. Despite how much Evan was trying to make a good match out of it, it's clear that Mason Ryan does not know how to deal with high flyers. It was a terrible match. And it's a terrible shame for Evan Bourne to get squashed like that. Mason Ryan wins. Next up, Mark Henry, the Mass of Darkness, takes on the Big Red Machine in a, voted by the fans, an arm wrestling match. Where's Sly Stallone when you need him? Basically, this match, even the fans agreed this was stupid, or this was bullshit, I couldn't tell which. And Joe agrees. It turns out to be FUBAR, as Mark Henry hits the Big Red Machine with a right, and just proceeds to beat him down and repeat his actions from last night with the Big Show. He pretty much goes on a rant saying that how he got no respect, and how this is his time, and no one will have peace around here until he's respected. And if for some reason his heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid. Someone's been reading forums lately. This makes Henry look more intimidating than most, since he took out the two biggest guys in the entire company outside of Great Khali. Anyway, R-Truth comes out next, complaining how he was screwed out of his title by Lil Jimmy. Then Christian comes out, agreeing with him. Says that he too was screwed last night, not by Lil Jimmy, but by shoddy refereeing, as he showed clearly on the Titantron. Then The Miz comes out, saying that he too was screwed by Alex Riley. Then this probably is one of the most epic promos you will ever see. You got 3 guys who are just good on the mic. You got Truth being crazy. You got Christian being cool, and you got Miz being awesome. They just pretty much played off each other. These guys should stick together. Then Teddy Long comes out. Hold on now, player. And he says that tonight it will be a 6-man tag between the Boys in the Ring against Alex Riley, Randy Orton, and John Cena. I wonder who's going to win. Next up, Dolph Ziggler takes on Kofi Kingston in a rematch for the U.S. title. The fans choose it to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is the first real good match of the night. It was pretty good, but sadly, it still got a little bit foobarred because the first fall happened during the commercial break. That's not good. Anyway, on the third fall, Ziggler tries to escape with his title, and Kofi grabs him, but Ziggler hits him with the microphone, disqualifying him. Kofi wins, but sadly, as everyone knows, titles don't switch hands on DQ in these type of matches. So yeah, there's that. Next matchup, Alberto Del Rio sans Ricardo Rodriguez, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio. Triple threat and Falls Count Anywhere match for the #1 contendership. This was the best fucking match of the night. And I already knew it was going to be because you got 3 guys who are very well comfortable with each other in Punk, Alberto, and Rey. This was an epic match that could have gone either way. But in the end, CM Punk won. Then Punk made a very heartbreaking announcement for me. He says that on July 17th is not only the date of the pay-per-view event Money in the Bank, but it is also that not only takes place in his hometown of Chicago, but is also the date that his WWE contract expires. And he said in no uncertain terms that win or lose, he will be leaving the WWE after that match. When the clock strikes 12, when Sunday becomes Monday, CM Punk is gone. But he promises to leave with the WWE title. This saddens me because I love Punk. Punk is one of the most entertaining and most viable heels on the entire roster. He's great on the mic, has excellent in-ring skills, has awesome charisma. Even the fans were cheering for him. But it would be a shame to see him go. I mean, he had some issues with the WWE, but it turns out that he couldn't work them out. I was hoping he would, but you will be missed, Punk. You will be missed. Joe misses you too. Next match, Cody Rhodes versus Daniel Bryan in a no countout match. Now, this was a short but very good match. Rhodes and Bryan have an excellent rivalry, and I want to see more of it. In the end, Bryan picks up the win with a small package. Cody tries to get at him with an attack, but he locks in a label lock. Then Ted Boring comes in, and numbers game. Is it just me, or has Cody Rhodes been losing a lot since he hooked back up with Ted Jr.? I mean, Ted Jr. is like a success black hole. I mean, look at Maurice. What happened to her? Next up, we have a dance-off between Vicky Guerrero, not that I hate her, I love her, and Michael Cole, who the fans voted on. Michael Cole should not dance ever. He looked like a mentally handicapped person having an epileptic seizure on a sugar rush while having a heart attack in Jell-O pudding. Anyway, since Cole got the most boos, he won. Don't know how that logic works. And in the end, he got a slap from Vicky Guerrero, which was enough to drop him to his feet. Waste of time. Could have done better. Could have done more. Could have saw more than that. Main event time. R-Truth, Christian, and The Miz versus Cena, Orton, and Alex Riley. Needless to say, we already knew who was going to win this match. Riley was the first to be eliminated. Cena, after receiving a hellish beatdown, takes out The Miz. Then Randy Orton takes out R-Truth. Then Christian takes out Randy Orton. He pinned him. And while he was celebrating, he gets RKO'd for his trouble by a still in the ring Orton. Don't know why he's still in the ring. He got eliminated. Then he eats a STFU, taps out. And so we leave Cena and Orton celebrating the ring. Don't even bother to bring Alex Riley out. What, he ain't got no belt? And that is all I'm going to say about Raw Power to the People. My thoughts? You should be ashamed of yourself, WWE. Now, there were some bright spots. Punk's promos were great. That three-way promo between Truth, Christian, and Miz was epic. And that triple threat match was the best of the night. But there was just this whole power to the people. It just insulted our intelligence. It was all rigged. Hell, a friend of mine, 619 Legato, who is probably watching this, predicted 90% of what the choices were going to be because WWE is predictable and stale. And for them to do this, I haven't seen anything this insulting to a wrestling fan's intelligence since this is the ending of the Mr. Anderson Sting title match at Slammiversary last week. This was just bad all the way around. I mean, I'm actually looking forward to TNA because at least we're going to see Scott Steiner versus Bully Ray, and it's going to be good because, well, Scott Steiner's great on the mic, so that will alone be worth watching. But this, I'm sorry, WWE, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball down the toilet, flushed it down the drain, and it floated into a vat of nuclear waste where it just disintegrated into nothing. This is how bad it was. You should be ashamed of yourself. This was sub-quality. You should never do this again. Why would you even do something like this? The success of Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday should have been a clear guess to you that the fans know something's wrong. I mean, the fans don't count. I mean, why would any self-respecting fan of professional wrestling would think that Mason Ryan versus Evan Bourne would be a better matchup than Mason Ryan versus Sin Cara? Come on. Like I said before, either the WWE universe is stupid, or this whole thing is just rigged. I honestly don't know, but this was crap. This was refried crap. Except for that triple threat match and a few of the promos, I would not want to watch this again. And those are my honest thoughts. Fuck you, WWE. Fuck you right up the ass, and fuck you, Vince, for thinking this was a good idea, and whoever else did it. But still, it's a shame. We will miss you, Punk. You gave us a lot of great matches, and you're one of the best in the ring at what you do. But, hey, if you couldn't come to an agreement, more power to you. Hope you go back to ROH where you belong. But anyway, that's my review. Tune in this Thursday when I review TNA Impact, which will probably be a lot more better than this power to the people bullshit that I just saw. So anyway, also tune in this Friday for another episode of Ask Joe. Remember to leave your questions and comments for Joe at the bottom of the episode, at the bottom of his first episode, and he will answer them for you. Until then, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe, saying goodnight. And what the fuck were you thinking, WWE?